Hey everybody, this is TravesT. I didn't really have a better way to do this, so intro. Yeah, going through some legacy stuff. For lack of a better word, everyone growing up had some kind of Nintendo entertainment system. Here in Africa, we got the cheap knockoff, affectionately known as the Golden China, or basically just an iteration of the Famicom. We made do. Growing up, we didn't really know the difference. If you were to ask your average person what their first video game is, they're probably going to say Mario. And it would be more or less the same. However, what about the second one?
But to understand the future, we have to go back in time.
So this is the second game I ever played ever. This little banger made by Taito. We affectionately just called it Litter Chef, for lack of any title on the actual cartridge, and for the fact that it's Japanese and I was way too young to figure out what on earth this actually said. And Litter Chef was kind of an inside joke based on the town that we'd have to pass through on a family travel trip all the way down on the coast, which was usually terribly messy, and since the game deals with like restaurants and food being everywhere, we kind of called it Litter. Not the greatest name, I know. So, I'm gonna fix up the view very quick. Yeah, why an old game like this? I thought it'd basically get an idea of where I'm coming from. I didn't really write a script for this, kind of giving commentary after the fact of just why I love video games, just going back to the root of all that and just trying to recapture that magic, you know? I mean, everyone kind of holds other games like Mario in high regard, and then when I look back to my childhood, I think of these weird ones like this, like how the colors are really vibrant, how the music is just straight up jamming, straight up bopping. I mean, you're a chef that goes around headbutting things with a hat in order to, you know, beat sentient cheerleading carrots and hopping baguettes. It's like, this is video games. I like this. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit too ahead of everything, so I'll just let the game kind of speak for itself in other regards, and then just pop in my dumb, unscripted commentary whenever I see something that I particularly want to highlight, I guess. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, plates. So, first projectile weapon, and then we land up fighting some kind of boiling popcorn pan. The animation when you get hit is also pretty great, and then, I mean, we can get to coins. I mean, we get to gambling. Weird thing to include in your restaurant chef game, but, I mean, sure. Yeah, you basically just put coins in a slot machine and hope that you get a decent reward, and it's just pretty much extra lives or score points, really, so just hope you enjoy this bonus track loop. It's gonna happen quite a bit. Okay. Second stage is probably one of my favorite ones, purely because you can kind of duck in tune with the music. I would do that endlessly as a kid just because I found it funny. I mean, here it's kind of pudding themed, I guess, but Yeah, the sentient walking flan that's kind of like tap dancing, and then just rolling pizzas. It's kind of a mixture of like Italian and... yeah, it's interesting mashup, but yeah, let's just zoom on straight to the bonus, I mean, while we're here. So you can see, kind of tell by the flag, I can't read it, but this is the fish minigame where you just kind of yeet out a hand and grab fish and you get points. Except that one. That one is apparently made out of dynamite. I mean, it's quirky. This is what I'll say. Yeah, you also gotta kind of wonder what kind of electricity bill this place has got with, like, the lightning zapping from chandeliers. Not sure how that works, but we'd have to get into the semantics of sentient onions and apples that explode themselves into slices while being sentient, and... I mean, I don't think they thought that far when they made this game. Ooh, but the power-up. Yeah, power-ups, spinning music, pretty great. Now, this fork weapon is like this weird, like, bouncing pogo stick that he's really happy to use. This would... I always used to think that that was a troll weapon. Speaking thereof. There we go. Yeah, I never realized that you could climb ladders while equipped to a pogo stick, so most of the time I'd land up just ignoring it. And then you can see I kind of forgot the spoon weapon, or the ladle, or whatever you call it, so I have to head all the way the walk of shame back. I mean, maybe I should look into speedrunning this sometime, but yeah. I'm sure other people have already done it way better. Cool. Also one of my favorite bosses. Just chicken in a microwave. We're fighting a bouncing microwave, I mean... And it shoots out chicken for some reason when you kill it. It's quick, it's easy, but... it's just... great. Yeah, now we get to the kitchen. Sentient egg. Glorious egg. Oh. But yeah, this one kind of confused me as a kid because... I mean... we now get to, like, kind of more harder platforming. And... I mean, when you're barely able to spell... this sentient giant kitchen with, like, popping on bubbles with proper timing is just too much. Also, these kind of, like, gravity enemies that cling onto the ceiling also used to give me a lot of trouble. But, I mean, we kind of just breeze through here now. It's all just platforming and timing with these hazards. So, off we go. And, oh yeah, I'll probably just fast forward and cut out the bonus, since they're all the same the whole way through, and, there's not really much more to say there other than just, you know, you get prize stuff from it. Oh yeah, if you miss the pot lid, the beneath of it actually hurts you and you lose a life. Always used to forget that when I couldn't time it. Oh gosh, yeah. This one later in life actually... I mean, it's a toaster, and it's shooting out sentient pieces of toast. It's like how... The semantics of how that works is just kind of terrifying. But, oh yeah, second bonus. This was the one that I really love here. Just the birds' faces, the way they're animated is just... It's just silly. I always just imagine them screaming for some reason. Like, they're flying around, and you're catching eggs. I'm pretty sure it's eggs because I don't see why you'd catch bird poop in a skillet pan. Yeah, fun little mini game. The fact that they lay bombs as well is just, you know, peak video game logic. Good stuff. And yeah, candy gives you health instead of, you know, healthy foodstuffs that a chef would want to make, so... Yeah. But before I would probably just jump through there and take a hit, whereas now I kind of got the wherewithal to just, you know, stand still for a second. So I don't take too many hits. I probably wouldn't even have made it this far as a kid, but I eventually got in that one really good run where this gauntlet of, like, timing bubble jumps, I eventually just got past it and I managed to see more of the game, and that was cool. Oh yeah, and this is jumping French bread, you know, baguettes, not... I always used to think they were sausages, but they're not. And yeah, the graphics kind of go a little bit weird on this boss for some reason. I guess too many sprites with the shrimp, but yeah, and then we're done. Clear. Yep, just speed that up a little. Okay, now this is where the game devs decided to, you know, kind of get cheeky. You gotta dodge these really fast skewers? I mean, kebab skewers of some description, or I used to call them societies, but that's a local thing. It's pretty much the same. Oh, and they come off screen, by the way. Isn't that great? Usually when you're hanging or climbing on something, so you can see kind of where they're getting on their tracker difficulty. Also, the random clouds outside, a little bit off from kind of the theme they're going for here, but, I mean, video games, we take it, we just go. Yeah, as you can see, the first little instances of putting a carrot under a ladder, and then of course the fact that the carrot can just walk through the wall and come back and get you. Little things like this that kind of start to add. But we can undo the mistake, just get that, and off we go. And then many years later, I'm still struggling on these roof climbing enemies that just take free health because I'm dumb. And the troll fork. Yep. There we go. The death animation though is just timeless. I really wish we could have more than just the cartoony death animation like that in more games. They don't really make them like this anymore. So yeah, much the same bonus game as the last time. I'm just gonna zip through this one since, well, it's fun for a couple times, but, you know, it just continues on. Yeah, and that extra life, I lost way too many lives trying to get that as a kid. Yeah, and that one is only if you can perform, like, a really tight jump. Those are hard. Yeah, now we get to fight Borger! The bosses start getting a little bit more... what's the word? Cheap. But it's still not too bad. But speaking of bad, this next stage, ooh boy. Ugh. So, who likes ice physics? I don't think I've really ever encountered someone who would honestly say that they do. But we'll get to that in a minute or two. Yeah, so another thing. Noticed I've got the ranged weapon and now everything's on an incline, so it's more difficult to hit them. I mean, I take a hit and I kind of solve that problem by itself anyway, but yeah, they give you the weapon specifically so you can take a hit, essentially. Unless you're good enough to keep it, but it doesn't really do you any good. Yeah, so remember those ice physics? Boom. This is what we call a dick move. The designers know what they were doing, and... in some way I respect it, but I'm still ticked off by it. And that is what this stage is. The entire stage... yeah. This entire stage, the theme music is kind of stuck in my head, and as a kid, I only really ever got past it once. I mean, later on in life, I can kind of just attach the F word to this entire song. It's just a giant FU as a level. It's like, oh, you think you're making some kind of progress in tune with the music? And it's like, nope. But yeah. Once you realize to just, you know, slowly inch forward, then it's not the worst thing in the world. It's serviceable, but it ain't going on my top 10 favorite levels is all I'm saying. Oh yeah, and you can't get back up there. Pixel perfect jumps. Ain't they great? Whoops. Oh wait. Okay, I got the timing back right. I mean, I recorded this and then... yeah, the camera wasn't quite right, so I just redid everything and did it kind of as a commentary after the fact of... how bitter this level makes me. It's also kind of weird how ice cream's your enemy here, whereas as a kid... I mean, ice cream is your best friend? Oh yeah, let's also just... let's not mention why the snow cone is... sexy? But yeah, I mean... it kind of reminds me of the... what was it? The Casino Zone enemy? Eggman, where he, you know, drills the blocks down through... I mean, this game... I don't know if Sonic did it or this game did it first, but... I mean, yeah, snow cone drilling. Not sure why I'm calling it a snow cone. It's more regular ice cream, but... yeah, I don't know how I beat this as a kid when I could, like, barely string sentences together. I mean, as I am now, I've just died to this thing twice. It's kinda cheap, because it hovers in a pattern that you can barely duck under, and if you get hit by the first ice cream there when you first get in, you're pretty much taking another hit because of how slippery the ice physics are. But I kinda just realize what the pattern is and then play it safe and I get through. So, yeah, all good, and then... one or two more hits. Bop bop. And there you go. Simple, but at the same time, deceptively hard. And then, yeah, stage menu, dessert. Oddly enough, in a sewer. I think it's just kind of a requirement from games at some point. I'm not sure how it relates to a restaurant and why dessert would be in the sewer, but, I mean, you know, video games. I'm okay with this. Oh yeah, and you can kind of just, like I'm doing here, you can kind of just despawn the enemies if they're off screen, which is, I I mean, handy knowing many years later, but... Yeah, so at this point, I'm kind of wondering... You know, machine gun fries is somewhat terrifying a concept later in life, but... I mean, the rest just kind of devolves down to, like, standard platforming tropes. Like, there's no real reason for there to be gem-like crusher, stabber things on the roof and the walls and what have you, but, you know, chalk it up to video games. Okay, this gap. This is where most of my lives went as well, if I ever made it past the ice cream. Just that little jump there is actually really hard, especially with, like, the flying pumpkin guy. So, yeah, but final boss. Oh wait, yeah. There's the Fry Gauntlet. Just the Fryer, I guess. Where the jumps are really complicated, and when you're a kid, you just kind of want to hold that button. That's a real bad idea here. I really wish I knew what he was saying here, but he gives you the old tongue out, and then you gotta chase him, but you get this dinky flying pan. Yeah, so what do you think we'll use as a weapon against the final boss, right? Just take a guess. Take a guess. Anything. Yep. Eggs. And he's throwing, I think, carrots or radishes or maybe chilies? Oh yeah, also if you don't hit him enough, he repairs himself. But yeah, there we go. The platform we're on just kind of goes haywire and then end of game. All's well that ends well. Oh, and we're dead. Fake out ending. Peace. Yeah, so that was, well, technically it's actually called Panic Restaurant, but It'll always be Litter Chef in my heart. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping to go through a couple more of the older games in my collection, I guess, that I played when I was growing up, and just give a little bit of, I mean, it's not like I've really got ways to put into words what these kind of old video games really mean to me. I mean, maybe I should actually write a script and put some more thought into it when I do something like this, but just quick little gameplay of the oldie games from my childhood is kind of enough to just get the ball rolling on that, you know? So, yeah, more coming soon, I hope.